just
record
took
this.
off. So
I apologise. Sorry about that, Nick. I should have recorded that. Because yesterday I didn't record it, so I had to do a review. So I'm feeling pretty guilty. So good welcome, everybody. My name is Jeff Goodwin. Today we have Mr. Pledger. We have Henrik. Pleased to meet you, Henrik, again. Ribbon from South Africa and Demo. Welcome. This is a good-looking group. In fact, you guys are making me look more handsome every single day. And the fact that Michael has come on from England and Dan's come on, I'm all of a sudden this group, I better do this with my eyebrows because we're just even more handsome here. And with Mr. Muscles, Mr. Demo at the top, it's like it's a whole new level. It's like to be in here, we have to be VIPs. We have to be VIPs. Let me just start with just let everybody know. Everybody has came in here, has introduced himself. I believe the only person who's not introduced himself so far is a Ribbon. Ribbon, can you speak at all, please? Maybe, maybe not. Just let you know, Ribbon is in South Africa. I've known her for a couple of years, trading on and off. And I think she's got a couple of kids at the moment. That was the noise. I hope you're well, Dan. I hope all is good.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yes. Yes. So Nick was explaining earlier on about just now there about his trade today, because I call him Mr. 0.5%, Mr. Consistent 0.5%.
yeah.
Nick, how was your trade today, mate?
No, I was just sorry. I was just saying it was a little bit of a slow start, but it just all of a sudden just took off, and as quick as I got my 0.5% in place, it went a little way past me 1% mark, which was my main target for the day. And yeah, took it, and it didn't move much, and it didn't move much more than that after, and it still hasn't really moved much greater than that now. So it's like in a zone, but I got what I needed for the day, closed down, I was happy. So
yeah, well done. So was that 0.5% as normal, is it?
I've got my normal 0.5%,
Yeah.
but I got 1%. I got 1% total.
Wow, well done. But I don't know about you guys, but wouldn't it be great to know you wake up every single day and you're going to get your win? You get your 0.5%. For Nick, it's $250 every day. He wakes up and he says, "Okay, that's what I'm doing." Now, Nick was fortunate; he was in a position to get mentoring from myself, so and now he's let loose because he's Mr. Consistent, so he is. And well done to you, Nick. So we've also got
Thank you.
Francesca, it's true, and Juanita. Juanita sound. I don't know if I said that correct. Unita. It sounds like a Spanish dancer, perhaps a Panamanian dancer or something. I don't know. Mike, I was speaking about you today. I spoke to Mr. Kindred, CK, and he was saying hello. He was saying hello. Yep, good. Demo, I hope you're well. Just so you know, everybody can speak at any time.
Yes, no, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good.
That's good. Thank you very much. Nobody has to mute as long as there's no noise going on. So today is day 3. For whatever reason, yesterday it didn't record, so I made sure today it was recorded. I did a review afterwards of what happened to the Aussie USD, but just after we got off, it just dropped. It just tanked. So I just wanted to do that review, and I posted that in the group. Julie said she apologizes. She's a bit tired. She's had a lot on today, so she won't be making this session. She wanted to pass that on, so thank you. Ribbon, can you speak at all, Ribbon? Because I was wanting you to just introduce yourself to the team, like everybody else has introduced themselves so far.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Ribbon.
Hi.
Afternoon. I'm so sorry I delayed to respond. My son is trying to fix the speakers for me so that I can connect on the headphones.
That's okay, Ribbon.
I'm based in South Africa and I'm happy. Yes, I was saying I'm based in South Africa and I'm happy to be part of the group. and looking forward to learn and make money.
Absolutely. That's why everybody's here, Ribbon. And you're very welcome and welcome back after such a long time away. We've also got Juanita, Unita, and I said Francisca with us as well. Francisca said good afternoon. These two girls are a little bit shy. Francisca, they're a little bit shy, so I'll just carry on. I'll share my screen right now. Now, as I'm about to speak, does anybody have any questions from anything we've covered the first 2 days? It's exciting times. Let me see what we've got here. Did I place it? No, never. So I'm into the 30-minute trial group. I'm wondering, so you know what we're going to be covering here. Did I post it here? Oh, no, maybe it's in here. I apologize. Maybe it's in a featured post. Unless it's dropped down. Do apologize, guys, about this. Maybe it's not in a features post. There's been that many comments and people sharing their. People have been sharing the charts in here. It'd be good to see. I've also got a little chat group that comes with this. And Demo, I think. Demo, what did I see you with a nice big win today earlier on?
It was a 3% win, mate. Wasn't massive.
Sorry, I never quite heard that. Did you say 2-3%?
It was 3%, yeah.
3%.
3%
So that was theirs on the gold. That was Demo's chart there. People can see it now. Nice on gold. XAU USD. Well done, mate. As normal. Let me see. That's yeah. That's that was it there. That was his trade there. Very nice indeed. Very clear. Very precise. That was a morning trade. Is that correct? Was that an 8 o'clock? Around about an 8 o'clock trade? Yeah, it was. Bang right down there, straight up.
Yeah, my morning time. Yeah.
Nice
yeah,
and tasty. When it started reversing, he said, "Nah, I'm getting out." Yep. Nice and simple.
Yep.
1 minute time frame. Simple. White candle, white candle, white candle, white candle, white candle. I'm not sure. Small doji, up, reverse, exit the trade. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Has anybody here traded gold before? No, I'm trying to see what.
Yes, I have.
And how did you get on, may I ask? Because it's, for some, it can be, oh, that's what I was looking for there. How you on? It can be quite sporadic. For some, a bit wiki. I don't want to put words into your mouth.
Well, basically, I mean, personally, I think that's, you know, if when you're starting, gold is probably not the one to start with. Let me say it that way.
Definitely not the one to start with. Yes, you're correct. I would agree with you. It's a bit like indices, futures, Bitcoin. I would not recommend people start with them. And that's why I always typically start with AUD/USD, a slower moving pair that you can start to get your trading's wings with it and see how things work. Yeah, so I appreciate that. You have to make sure you put a stop loss in place, which Demo has found a real niche trading gold every day, very consistent. So well done.
Yeah, I use about an 8 pip stop loss.
8 pip stop loss. Did you say to
me?
Yeah, nice. 8 pip stop loss, 3% growth. That sounds good to me. 24 pips. So today, as it says here, day 3, we're going to build on your tool set. So what we've done is, right to the start, we'll give you an overview. So let's get yourself some trading view. Yep. We spoke about the support and resistance, but I used the daily time frame support and resistance using zones when the candles changed colors. Again, I'll go in and show you that there. I showed you different ways you can go for a trend. We showed different time frames. And we also did this, sorry, that was day 2. And day 1 there, you can see there. Day 3, naked charts versus something called stabilizers. Now, That's tomorrow. I don't know why I keep missing things. I apologize there. Understanding the market changing direction on 2 time frames. Now, quick question. Would that be a decent tool to know? When is the market changing direction? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good tool. In fact, I've developed a tool that can find tops and bottoms, which is and it's a very basic tool, nothing fancy. Yeah, so I'm aware of. I can find 2 different ways, quite easy actually. Then it's all about the entry and the stop loss. Now, can I just check with Ribbon? Hi, Todd, as well. Welcome again, Todd. We've got everybody here. Would finding the top or the bottom would that be a useful tool to have for people, or is it not your style? Henrik says absolutely. So let me ask another question. Does anybody here trade the 1 hour time frame or higher?
No.
No. Okay. Does anybody here use the 1 hour time frame for then drop down for a lower time frame for before entering the trades? Or are we all
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I also do that.
Yeah, so there's a few people use the 1 hour just for looking at, and then drop down to the 15-minute down to Henrik. Yeah, so Ribbon next. So there's a few people here. So let's.
Well, I must confess, sorry, that I have been looking on each, like, quickly on a daily sometimes, and then the 4 hourly, then the hour, then 15 minutes, and just trade off 15 minutes. I used to be a 5-minute trader, but I've upped it a little now.
Yeah, mate, go with what works, and you are doing what works. So please do not change for anybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you 2 tools. One of them is mine. It comes in my tool set into the 30-minute trader program. Although the other one I've actually already shown you on the very first day. Yeah, absolutely. So I always like to say what you could do is if you do my program and other tools out there, just for transparency. Okay, so here we go. We'll cover that there. So I'm gonna stick to this. Now this is something this chart markup was one of the guys on a session 8 AM USD. So I don't normally trade this way, but I've left it on there for him. Let me just check something. Now I'll actually delete it. Yep. So now Nick says he goes up to the. Do you remember this session for everybody yesterday? Everybody? We said there we do this zone on the 4 hour. We drop down, and look how nicely it's went into that target there, and that there. So those people that missed the very first day, all I went down from the very bottom, and every time it changed color, I drew a did a line. Yeah, there was also wick, so I did that one, up, 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 up. So I did the whole zone, and then just for that top there, that color there. Then I did it there, there, and that was it. And then everything else is falling into place nicely. So I'm going to come down to the 1 hour time frame, and I'm going to probably remove these drawings in a minute. So I started off with a great, huge promise. So let's give you that promise right now. So can anybody tell me if they can see a top or a bottom anywhere? So let me see who's the newest here. Ribbon. Let me hide these drawings for a minute. Can you see these, Ribbon, or do I need to make it lighter? I'll make it lighter for you so you can.
Yes.
I'll make this lighter. The canvas. I'll make these just white. They're a bit bright, but I'll make them white. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to talk, and you tell me to stop when you see the market turning around for an absolute bottom, and then when you think it's changing. Okay, so I'm just start here. I'm just going to follow this down. I'm going to follow this down. I'm going to follow this down. I'm going to follow this down. And you say stop at any point you wish when you think it's at the bottom.
Stop.
Okay. So give me a minute. So I've just drawn that there. Right?
Yes. Yes.
You can't see that. I want you to imagine you don't know that there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to do the exact same exercise, but I'm going to play this and replay. And you tell me when you think the market's at a bottom. So some people may say, oh, that's the bottom there. But maybe you wouldn't. So, oh, is that the bottom? That still looks like the bottom. Or do you not think it's the bottom? Okay, you're not playing fair. You can see, Ribbon, you can obviously see that. What I
Yes.
was looking for you to do was actually, I was trying to get to say that there actually, just so you know. But then you can then see what happens. The market comes back up, as you can see that for yourself. Nice, all by itself. Let me speed this up if I can. So this is the bottom, then it eventually goes to the top, and we can see that all the way up there. But what I'm trying to say to you, Ribbon, is it's great after the fact, isn't it? It's always fantastic after the fact.
Mm.
We can all see that was the bottom. We can all see it went up, and we can all see it, then it come back down, hit that. But the question most traders, because a lot of people trade tops and bottoms or double tops. So I'm going to show you today 3 ways. In fact, I'll say that again. I'm going to show you three ways as traders you can find the bottom or the top. Now, so far, one person said that would be useful, Henrik. What about other people? Would that be useful for them, or will I just keep that for Henrik and we'll do it on a one-to-one with Henrik?
Absolutely.
No, hold on. We all need that.
Okay, so let's do that then. Thank you very much. So just want to make sure. So the first one is, do you remember what I did the other day there? I just went up here. I just went in there and I typed in EMA. Yep. And I post that there. And I'm giving away the free stuff now without doing anything. Can anybody see that there?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that the bottom? Now, is that the bottom? We went above there. Down there. Is that it? But what happened? It went up, 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 up. And there's the pullback. And after the pullback, when it carries on, if I'm using this tool, that me has confirmed it's an uptrend. This is the exact same tool I showed you day 1. Nothing fancy, nothing selling, just a simple, well, wait for the pullback. No, it fell through. Is it? The pullback? No, it fell through, fell through, fell through. Hit off there, dropped the other side. Wait for the pullback. Oh, it dropped underneath. Wait for the pullback. No. Wait for the pullback. Got the pullback. Ah, I went up. So we're now above its change structure. Nobody else teaches that simplicity, but stuff away for free. It goes up, it goes up, it goes up. It carried on, bounced off there, bounced there. We don't know if it's the top yet. Bounce. There's a pullback, drop down. Change of structure. I'm on the 1 hour time frame. So if
Jeff,
you're
is there a setting on that EMA?
yes. Do you want to know the setting?
I'd love to, yes.
The same setting I showed you the very first day. Yeah, all I've done, 2 things. I'll show you very clearly. I'll go to style.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got that there. I can just change the color as I wish, make some difference to color. Okay. I like mine to be a little bit different, purple, just to make it a little bit different. This here, rather than having a line, I decided to make it circles. And that's
Okay.
how I make it that style. Is that the question you want to know? The setting, or is there something?
Is there a value though on?
That's the real question. Yes, there is. Just
I
pop
think
in
so. Yeah.
Inputs number 62.
62.
62. This one's not switched on. Not touched that one at all. So that's some free stuff. So I set this to a 62. If I set that to a 200, which most people use, it's still above it. But you know, you could see, yeah, it's still above it. It's still above it. You stay above the trade. But as we noticed on the day one, it's not always about that. If it's in a range, it might not work. So what I found is a nice, simple Fibonacci number, 62, and it works a treat.
Okay.
Again, you notice
Thanks.
I use a pair that stick to my rules. I don't use a pair that don't stick to my rules. So there's a lot of pairs that be all over the place. So trade with the pairs that stick to the rules you trade with. So when you get a strategy, when you get the time of the day that works for you, if you get a pair that works for you, that works for your trading psychology, like Nick stays with one pair. He wins 0.5% every day. Demo sticks with one pair. Gold, he typically wins 1% every day on his funded account, and then he then moves on to a separate account just to keep on trading. He's developed a system that works for him, and I encourage everyone to not to clone me. Even in my mentoring group, people don't clone me. I give them tools, resources, and then they develop their model. Because what's important is people. Hi, Paul. Paul Everett's model is different to mine, but his trading psychology is different to mine. Yours is different to mine. Some people want, like Nick, changed from a 5 to 15 minute because he realized that suits him, but it might not suit Demo that trades on the 1 minute. Demo's finished in 50 minutes, where Nick's just setting up. It depends. But that suits Demo and that suits Nick. And what I encourage everybody to do is find their way. And that comes with experience. So I just here in my mentoring program, I throw out examples of ways, and then it just clicks. So there's the first one. Yeah, you see it goes up there, comes underneath. There's the pullback. Here we go. We get the pullback. Which way is it going back up? No, it broke through. Still in a downtrend. Next one. Yep, next one. We're going to go over here. We're going to put on something called the money line. This is part of my 30-minute trader program. Yeah, there's two different settings. We're going to completely ignore that setting. Yeah, but let's just say, for example, for example, it goes up, it comes down, there's the pullback and it breaks through. Knowing that that's red, would that be a nice thing to have? It goes up, pulls back, would that be a nice thing to have? This is not the tool, by the way. It does a pullback the other side, maybe it's going to go back up. It breaks through, look. Is that a nice thing to have? But only taking downtrends. Is that a nice thing to have? It goes back up to the 62. It pulls back. Goes up again. It pulls back. Now it goes above it. We don't know if it's going to be a pullback or not. It goes up, 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 up. Rejects off there. From now on, we're only taking buys. We only take buys when it's green. As long as it's green, we take a buy. We take a buy. It turns red. We exit the trade. Hits off there, turns green. This is a way that people cannot read candles. This is a way for people that are fearful of getting in. I build tools that go along with that. Now, wait to see this. It goes up. It comes down. We don't know if it's a pullback yet. We don't know if it's a pullback yet. It hits it. Is it going to? And we get the red all the way down. It goes the other side, we wait, and it comes all the way down. That's simple. But that's not the tool. You could use that for entry and exits. That's an entry-exit system. Inside the money line, there's something else. Yeah, so I'm going to switch this off. You get this as part of my 30-minute trader program. So I'll give you a free one with this line here. I'm going to give you a system with mine here. And I'm also going to give you another free one after this. Yep, I'm going to give you another free one after this. Yeah, I've got a business. I use this as a promotion. However, at the same time, so to switch around that plot. So, Mike, I wonder if you can help me out.
Mhm.
What we're looking for here, I'll switch this off here. But if you want to have two of them on, if you can, but I would switch this off for a minute. So red would typically mean a sell,
Sell.
and
Yeah.
green would typically mean a buy. Yep. So
Yes.
what we're looking for is to get two greens or two reds in a row for these here for the market to change. So you see there, price goes above the money line, it drops. And as long as it keeps dropping, we stay in the trade. So we could have used that there, but we're not. As a promise, I would give a one that's not part of my system and one that is. At that point there, we've got a decision to make because it's green. Even though that went above, but it's still red. We've got a decision to make because it's a new day. That's a sign of a new day. Okay.
Right.
But it's only one. We're looking for two. The next day it goes down. So it's still in a downtrend. So we're looking for two of these in a row, or yeah, it comes down. It goes green. The next day goes green. We're officially in an uptrend because we have two in a row. So all we now do is wait for this to go back above there, that green line. And this is why it's called the money line. The 1 hour time frame. You could draw this out. You could drop it for a lower time frame. You can do whatever you like. And as long as it stays green, you stay in the trade. We have a one red, but we're not interested in that because it's only one. The only reason it shows a red because it's a pullback at the end of the day, as the markets typically do. Anyway, and it just stays green, 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 green. A little bit of red. No, it's only a little bit green, 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 green. One red, two reds. Oh my God, this looks like it's a downtrend. Do you see that there?
Right. Yeah.
So build tools. What I do is I build tools to help people solve a problem. You can have the free one. That I've shown you that. People say, thank you very much, Jeff. I can move on. Or you could say, Jeff, you're showing us so many great tools. Can I get this with your mentoring? Absolutely, you could. But whatever way, I'm giving you people opportunities. Let me stop there and I'll open the floor for questions, please. There was a promised at least two tools. For one, you don't need me, and the other one is part of my system. So open to everybody. So I'm going to stop this information. I've delivered my promise so far. I've given people, this is a tool set day, and I've given you it. I'm also going to show on another time frame as well. Yep. Anybody else? Questions, discoveries, learnings?
So I'll go first. Sorry, it's Dan here.
Hi.
Obviously, I haven't traded, in a long, well, it's been a long time. But with that tool that you're giving,
Yes.
Do people use that to jump in and jump out of the market? Is it a forecasting? Is it like how does it work? I mean, is it just? I know we got the plans up there, and you've got where the line is going. Does the line go further past the actual trade, or is it just stop and you guess where it's going? Like, how do we know? Because I don't want to guess when I'm putting a trade on. I want to make sure it's
Yeah. Well,
the right choice.
Yeah. So yesterday, someone said information, and I did a survey. I'm gonna do the exact same. This is a fantastic question, Dan, and I genuinely mean that. He wants to make sure he's making the right choice. Is anything in trade 100% guaranteed, Mr. Paul Everett? Is anything yes or no? Can you? He's nodding ahead as a no.
Not a chance. No.
And that includes this, Dan, just to be completely honest with you. But this is
Okay.
drawn out at the start of the day. The green ones starting at the start of the day. The dots are ongoing, they don't stop, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's market manipulation, if there's high impact red news, we could lose a trade. Nothing is 100%. So that's what one person says. Let me ask someone else for a second opinion. Does anyone else get a second opinion on that? Because it's just I want to be completely honest. Has anyone else got Henrik, Demo, Nick, Michael?
I was just going to say these tools are an indication only.
Absolutely.
You know, they're not guaranteed. As we know, the market can do anything it wants. I mean, you know, you can think, okay, right, this is where I want to get in. This is where it's going to go. You get in, and then it changes. It's catch-22 or whatever you want to call it. Nothing's guaranteed, but a majority of the time, it does give you a good indication of where it's going. That's all.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
But again, it draws at the start of the day. Yeah, it draws something else as well. But this is just one part of the other tool. I want to show you one more thing, Dan. Just I'll go back to it. That there, that free one I've given you is ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
That's second by second. You see the minute by minute, hour by hour. You see this. Yep. So let's just say, for example, you got in there and it went down. Your stop loss below, you've lost the trade. But you see that wick?
Yeah.
So that's wicks can take you out. So again, I'm just trying to be completely honest, and that's why I open these questions up to everybody. So it's people. That's just me. It's all about being honest and fair with people.
No, absolutely. And I would have stop losses and all that in. It's just, you know, Michael yesterday said that, you know, he spends an hour and a half in the morning going back through yesterday. Obviously, Michael, you're using these tools. And I just want to, you know, I don't want to sit at a screen for 8 hours a day and be stressed. I just want to do sort of a little bit like what Michael does, come in, you know, do your hour and a half, 2-hour prep, and set your stop losses, look what the market's going to do. Yes, nothing's 100%, but I just want to make sure, you know, as Nick said, they're not a guarantee, they're just indicators, and that's what I want to learn. I mean, nothing's guaranteed in life, you know.
Yeah. And so. Thanks for asking that question, and for Nick and everybody else, because we learned the hard way, Dan. In trading, every day is a school day. And it's one of the things in life, I would say personally, you learn more from your mistakes. I've certainly learned, and every day I still learn. So let me just check. I've been asked Demo for a minute, because you've asked about people trading and staying at charts for. Demo, can I ask, how long do you look at your charts on a daily basis? I apologise.
Well, normally I have a 3-hour trading window, 7 till 10 maximum in the morning.
Okay.
I jump on probably about 6:45. I don't look at any bigger time frames. I just look at the 1 minute.
Yeah.
With the setup that I've got on the 1 minute, don't look at any bigger time frames. And like that this morning, took 3%. So I was off within an hour.
Tasty. Yeah, nice. See, so you've got a life. He gets on with his life. As you can see, he likes the gym. He's glad. He's a big
Sorry,
lad.
Damo, can I just ask a question there? So do you set amount of pips you want to take for the day? Is that how you work your strategy, or is
I
it
don't
that
trade.
you?
I don't trade in pips. I trade in percentage. I aim for 1% a day of a funded account. Because I trade percentage, because the goal is to get to a big funded account, and the actual goal of the day doesn't ever change. Then doesn't matter the size of the account, you're still going for 1%. So you don't get your head all giddy with big figures, with big cash. You're still going for the 1% a day.
Okay, that makes sense. So talking percentage, because I heard that yesterday as well. Because I'm sorry, I'm very new at this.
Please carry on. It's okay.
So a few of you have said, like yesterday there was an 18%. There was is the percentage going off percentages better than talking about the pips? Because I suppose the books that I've read and sort of stuff that you hear, it's all about pips. So you guys have talked about percentages, which to me works out better, because I think pips is a different mentality. You know,
yeah, I mean, pips is a different mentality. It is a different mentality. I mean, you can still make good money just trading pips. But especially if you're looking at doing funded accounts, I personally believe the percentage is the better way to go. If you're looking at trading a prop firm.
If you let me say something, Dan, the prop firms don't care how many pips you have, they care the percent you make.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, could I just say, I mean, like with that, if you're not sure on calculations, I mean, there is like several free online FX calculators that you can use. One that we mostly, well, a lot of us use, or it's more popular, is myfxbook.com. MyFXbook, it's free, and you got your, you've got your daily, what is it, calendar thing on there, as well as your calculation thing, which you can set. If you're aiming for 1% a day, you can set, like, say, a 10 pip stop loss at 1%. You just put those figures in and it works it out, your lot size, what you need to put in and everything when you get used to doing that. Using something like that's a bit more straightforward. Just to say, that's
Okay.
that's my FX book, it's called.
Yeah, just pulled it up here. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So
Just so you know, Dan, if you want to share your screen, you maybe get Nick.
I've been trying to get my screen. I literally, my Zoom camera is working, but I've been trying to get it on yesterday and today. But hopefully, I'll fix it later on. I think it's just a software, but I will get it working for tomorrow. So
that's okay. Thank you. Michael, can I ask, are you a pip man or percentage or money? The other way you can do it is with money as well, Dan.
I used to do pips. Now I look for percentage.
Yep. Okay.
So I would set up looking for like a 1 to 2 as a minimum.
Yep.
And like a 1% account growth on as a target.
So he's looking for 1% account growth, Michael.
As a minimum.
A minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah.
thanks for that, guys.
Henrik had a good point, but the currency pair depends. That was the reason why Nick mentioned the tool, because each currency pair has their own value. So that tool that Nick was very kind to share, you can actually change the currencies, and you also change it. Put in your stop loss, type in your risk, whether it be money or percent. So it's a nice tool if you get that done. And at the very, very top of that, Dan, when you see it, you can. Nick, I want to share, but do you have yours up there, Nick? Can't hear you. Can anybody hear Nick? Is it just me?
No.
No.
He's muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry, I didn't realise I was muted then. Yeah, I just said I don't have it directly on my screen at the minute, but I can
Yeah, we'll give you a couple. Yeah, get that, but get that because it'd be good to show Dan, and Henrik was very kind saying that also.
I'm just getting on to I'm just getting onto it now.
Take your time. I'll set this up so you can share. Yeah, it's set up already. So while I'm here, I don't know, Ribbon, you could speak or not, or Todd. Do you have any questions on where we're at so far? I just want to give people a tool every day so they can go and say that was useful.
Sorry, I'm ready, Jeff. Whenever you are. Sorry, mate.
Press share screen.
Right. Okay.
Big
Here
green
we go.
button at the bottom. Remember, no pictures of Thailand or anything with you.
Oh no! This is pure my FX book.
Yep.
I'll just move my script, my video things over out the way. Right. This is. Who is it? Who was asking about?
It was Dan was asking about.
I was asking
how to work it out.
Dan. Now, right. Okay. I gather you can see this. Okay, Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
There's something called position size calculator.
Yeah, as I said.
Right there.
Yeah. As I said, like you log on to myfxbook.com. Just quickly up here where it says economic that gives you your news every day when it works. Because where I am at the moment, I'm at work, so the signal's a bit rubbish. So it's a little bit slow. Just normally it'd be a lot quicker than this. If I was at home, it'd just be whizzing through. But oh, come on.
Yeah, it's because of Zoom. Zoom's
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
I've just jumped on it here online. I see.
I'll go back to the sorry, I'll go back to the calculator. What we was talking about anyway, right? Down here, I mean, the economic calendar is for your news. Then you click on FX calculators, which you get this come up down here. You click on this position size calculator.
We can't see your chart. We can't see your chart, mate. We see can anybody see a big white screen?
Mm-hmm.
Black screen on mine, mate.
And just
it's not working. Probably your Zoom's on.
Yeah, Zoom. There you go. So just see what it says, position size calculator right in front of you, Nick. At the bottom of your screen, position size calculator. There's words.
Yeah, I've got the calculator up now. Can you just not see it?
Yeah, I can see it now. The front screen's coming up now.
I can't see it. Okay, but never mind. As long as you can, Dan.
It's the FX. It's XF Tools. It's the FX book. I can see the spreads there. There's a currency converter on the left-hand side written.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's not
you
it.
see,
That's not
you
it.
see where it says. Hang on, let me stop sharing and I'll try again. Hang on.
Yeah. All he has to do there, Dan, is click on position size calculator and it will come up. If you can't do it, I'll do it, but I was hoping Nick would do it since you mentioned it as a.
Yeah.
So while Nick's doing that,
yeah, if you could go for it, please, Jeff, because I think my signal is really rubbish. It's frustrating today.
Yeah, we'll do that. Again, I want to say thanks to Henrik for bringing that up, because it's really important because that's where some people make mistakes, because some pairs, the difference is huge. The other thing you've got to be aware of, Dan, is every trade you make is something called broker spread, or they take a little bit. The brokers are always taking something for them, so just be aware of that. I don't know how much trading you've done, so you want to be aware of that. Now we'll come to that tool in a minute. Now, what other questions do you have? Because I want to make sure I cover what I said I was going to cover today, to be fair to people. Let me see what we've got here. I said I think more than one time frame. Let me just check. Changing direction on 2 time frames and entry. We'll work on the entries in a minute. So tool set number 1. So we've got that there. Another simple option is the 15-minute. Come down to the 15-minute. Some people say, look at that there. Bang. All the way. I pointed that one out yesterday, for example. Reaches the high. Just wait for a pullback and the 15-minute. And away you go. Bang. Now, again, that's using the free one. Let's come down at the bottom so you can see. I'm coming all the way down to the bottom. You might say, Jeff, well, that's not. So you can see here, there. As long as it's hits off there and comes down, these are potential entries. And if you've driven it, if you marked up your charts with any zones, you could take it from them as well. So it looks like it's going to go uptrend. Is it? Let's wait for the retest. No, it goes under. So it's sitting in a bit of a consolidative area. It's actually in this zone. A retest, it drops down. A retest, it drops down. So this is a way to trade. That's another simple way. Just get a trend line. And as long as it stays that side of the trend line, you can stay in the trade. Here's an exit. Okay, it's going up, an uptrend. Just draw another 45-degree angle. As long as it stays above there, you can stay in the trade. Or it drops below. Do another 45-degree angle. And I don't trade that way, but that's the simplicity of simple ways to trade. These things happen here. So this is the 15, although for this personally, I would actually use 2 screens. I would have one on the hourly time frame if you're doing this, if you're using this, and one on a 15, 5, or whatever 1 minute time frame you're using for entries. For example, if you notice a hitting off there, once you see a rejection, bang, there you go. That's another way to do it. I'm not saying it's the only way. In fact, it's far from the only way. Some people trade from these zones. From the zones. Yep. And then on the way back down again, the zones. And there's many ways to draw these zones, just so you know. Another simple way to use, and I don't want to talk about things about mine all the time. Let's look at the 1 minute time frame. Let's look at gold, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at gold XAU USD. This was something I set up for a session I did 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, I was using pitchforks for the gentleman because he trades using pitchforks. But I'm not going to show you necessarily the markup, although I will. What we did here, gold, I want to show you the actual setup. Gold was in a, was this, look at this here. Rejected off there, marked it out. Gold went up to that area, drew that out, did this thing that the gentleman wants to trade this way. And then you simply drop down the time frames to the 1. Forget all this here if you can. We mark that out, and then we start focusing in this area here. And as you can see, depending on how you trade with gold, you see how it's just come nicely down, and then it's between these zones. Yeah, and then I'll go all the way down to the 1 minute. Just so you, again, I don't trade this way. The gentleman I was mentoring, he likes this way. This is the way he traded before, and he wants to stick to that, but he's looking for some extra guidance. So we had this zone here, and then I think, I'm not sure I mentioned this, and then we noticed some people, have you heard of a phrase, a banker's candle? Anybody? Has anybody ever heard of the phrase a banker's candle?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the way, that's what he uses, so we use that there. And you can quite easily say on the 1 minute, using the exact same, so I've showed you on the 1 hour, I've showed you on the 15 minute, I'm now showing you on the one minute time frame. It goes up, it drops down. There you go, from zone to zone. Yep. It goes above there, so wait for the retest, no, it breaks through. Wait for the retest, not break, retest, and then it starts going up. It's just another way. I try to show people with free tools as well as other tools how you can do this. And again, and then it's a bit of consolidation there to that. Personally, I don't trade this way, but it's definitely possible. So let's say, for example, you have limited resources and you want to use all your funds into trading rather than buying paid for trading view. So you can use a free one, you can use 3 indicators. Well, this just uses 1. I have nothing else on. Only got 1 indicator switched on. I could use the money line with it. I could use the 30-minute trader that gives order blocks, breaker blocks, and a whole bunch more on it. I could use that. There, for example, it says, Jeff, there's a sell. Bang. Jeff, there's a buy. Jeff, there's a buy. Jeff, there's a sell. Jeff, there's a buy. Jeff, there's a buy. Jeff, there's a sell. I could say that, but forget all that. But you can see how they actually, that one's right at that line. That one's right there. That one's not. That one's below it. So you guess what you would wait? Bang. That one's right there. Bang. You see how they work in partnership. I could say, no, I want to use something with it. I want to be a bit more sure. I really need to make sure, well, there's, again, nothing's guaranteed. I'm just going to do a setting on this. Some people like this tool, some don't. So I'm on a 1 minute time frame. We go to there, and we can just change the background. Red means sell, white means buy. So can I ask you, does that work? Yes, it does. Does that work? Yes, it does. But the small ones, in the lower time frame, the movements are smaller. The lower time frames, the movements are smaller. So what's good about when you do it on a slightly higher time frame, Nick likes the 15-minute. And it really works well for him. And he's now found consistency every single day. Day after day after day, 15-minute time frame. He takes his 0.5%, he closes the computer. Now I want you to consider that. And I'm making Nick sound good because he went through a lot of tough times. We've taken 5, 10, 20 traded days to now doing 1, 2 trades maximum per day. He's disciplined, he's focused, he's got his pair, he's got his time frame, he's got his entry. There's demo. He does 1 minute time frame. He does gold. Completely different pair, completely different strategy, time of the day. Different stop loss. Yeah, because they've found their way. Michael, I don't know Michael Mike that much in terms of trading, so I can't say, but the sounds of thing he's doing really, really well. Can you use it?
I'm experimenting trading. I mean, in the morning I have 4 different pairs, and it's the same every day.
Yep.
And I'm thinking that I might be better to select one of those and concentrate, rather than try and spread.
Yeah. Is there
sort
any?
of my,
Yeah, on you go. Sorry, I apologise.
yeah, I trade between 6 and 8 with the European pairs.
Yeah, and
Pound
AUD,
and dollar.
Yeah.
Against Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. I know that one.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I'm looking at 4, and maybe I'm thinking it's maybe perhaps better to select one.
Yeah.
And follow that one.
Yeah. That's a nice strategy. It works well. Do you have 4? Do you have like a screen with 4 grids, 4 charts? Is that what you do?
No, I just flick between. At the moment, I'm just flicking between 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What will I say about that? Yeah, it's a nice strategy with that one. Yep. Without giving away any of your trade secrets, what do you use for entry?
At the moment, because I'm not using any indicators at all, apart from I've got the AMA on there.
Yep.
And I'm looking for a single move between, which is it goes back to when I first started this about 4 or 5 years ago. I always liked that kind of strategy, where I set up trend lines before I start the trade. And I wait for a crossing of a trend line, either for a buy or a sell. It's very simple.
Yes, it is.
And to that, I just add PSARs on it and something called a WAE indicator.
Yeah.
I think it's like a volume indicator.
Yeah, volume. Yeah,
and I use that as a confirmation, and it
goes above
seems
the line,
to. It seems to, but it doesn't. I think sometimes you get a false start, and you follow the false start. But I generally find that there is one move in that time period, one major move between those two, 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to look for that one.
So
not be fooled by
for those people
like
around the world,
false move, if you like.
Mike was talking about UK time. So for Ribbon, that'd be from your 7 to 9. For people in North America, please, I don't know what states you're at, but think of, if he's talking about a setup, there's a similar type move in the afternoon with the North American pairs. Yep. So Henrik, for you, just again, just add on the difference in time. Yeah. So yeah, it's a nice setup, that one. Yeah, simple ones. Simple is the way to go. Not overcomplicate it. Maybe the little suggestion. Maybe go from 4 to 2. Maybe one a European one, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that makes sense.
Like Great British Pound NZD, for example. When I first started trading, I loved that. Then I stopped trading it after one night. I wiped out 2/3 of my account. So I thought I knew better than the markets, and I woke up
Right.
without a stop loss, and I'm like, what's so never again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So today what we've done, to summarize, we've got a little chat about pips versus percent. We've had a chat about tools for tops and bottoms. Moving forward, do you think that might be useful? Depending on your style. Thank you very much, Todd. I really appreciate you being here as well. Consistent. Thank you. Any questions at all? Anything you want to? I just want to add this. I'm not connected. I want to connect to this here. Now, being in Bali, everyone, I have to use a VPN. I'm going on to financial websites. Just one of these things of the. I don't know if you noticed that before, Michael. So that's why I wasn't going to go on. I've just entered my VPN if I need to. But it slows down the Zoom. So I was wanting someone else to do it.
Okay.
Yep. So questions, learnings, or discoveries from today's session, please.
Don't have to here in the UK. I know Jeff has to use one in Bali, but no, I don't use one here in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not even in Thailand. It's just places like where Jeff is in
Thailand,
Indonesia.
Vietnam, okay to trade.
In Indonesia, they've got this governmental rule thing with certain sites.
Places like Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, fine.
Wow.
But I've traded in Vietnam, traded in Thailand. You don't need VPNs out that sort of side of the world, just around Bali where Jeff is.
Yep. So that was a great
Oh, it's
question.
back.
Yeah. I put my VPN on, and it cut me off. I'm like, wow. So that's why I wasn't want to do it. I was wanting Dan to do it. Sorry, Nick. Sorry. So questions, learnings, or discoveries from today's session. What has been useful? Because I don't want to. If it's not useful, I'll just anymore. I'll just say, well, thanks so much for the 3 days, and I'll stop. I just want to make sure it is of value to you to keep going. So questions, learnings, and discoveries.
I think it's just been good for the new traders that are here today to take in a little bit regarding like narrowing down their trading to like 1 or 2 pairs and using a simple strategy, whatever suits them, to take off the pressure, because it's all about the trading psychology, really. It's about mastering the psychology and taking off the pressure. And if you can narrow, like say, your trading down to 1 or 2 pairs and just work on that, and whatever time suits yourself, things become a bit more easy. It will be a roller coaster journey. Things ain't built up. I mean, I've been trading 3.5 years, nearly 4 years, and still learning. But yeah, just make it as simple as possible. But it's about mastering trading psychology.
Yep. Thank you for that, Nick.
Noisy.
Thank you. Anybody else get into add questions, learnings, or discoveries? What has been useful? What is your takeaway? What was your aha moment?
I like this money line thing.
The money line.
I like the look of that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many tools built in for that. You can use it to scalp with the trend. You can use it to give the direction of the trend, and then do your own thing, whatever your own strategy with that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Well, if nobody else got anything to say, I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. Genuinely do. So again, I want to thank Henrik for mentioning that different currency pairs, you need to work it out slightly different. And that tool, Dan, would be useful for you. Nick, thanks for mentioning that. And for everybody for interacting, Damo, Michael, Nick, Ribbon, it'd be great to see you back. Dan, thanks for being here. And I'm looking forward to the last couple of days. And you can.
Thanks very much.
You're very welcome. You can drop me a line anytime. Have a great day wherever you are. Bye.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks a million.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Jeff. See you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.